Hello, everyone. Welcome to attend this webinar. So now we are going to start the webinar. This webinar is about the future proof LTE Cat 1 product line. Okay, so there are 3 speakers for this webinar. Myself, I am Samsung. I'm the International Sales Director in Queclink. So I joined Queclink for more than 10 years. I was the FAE at the very beginning. Then I moved to sales. So I will give everyone the introduction about our company and the market insights. My colleague Manu is our sales manager in European market. He also has more than 10 years experience for this IoT business. He will give us the basic and advanced products introduction. My colleague Marianne, he's the EMEA Technical Support Director. He joined us more than 6 years, and he has more than 15 years experience for this business. And he will give us the introduction for the advanced and flagship products. Okay, so I see a lot of old friends, but still let me briefly introduce Queclink. So who we are. Queclink was founded in 2009. In Shanghai, with our headquarters in Shanghai. After 3 years, we opened another R&D center in Hefei, which is the central part of China. So in 2015, we have another R&D center in Shenzhen, which helped us to develop our 4G Cat-M1 device at the very beginning. So in 2018, Queclink is one of the first company launched the Cat-M1 and NB-IoT devices in North America market. And we worked very close with the operators in North American market and released the products. We will say there's also one important year for Queclink, is 2017. In 2017, we listed in the stock market. Then Queclink become a public trade company. And also in 2017, we opened our European branch office to support our EMEA customers more closely. And in 2021, Queclink launched the Cat 1 products line with one of our VIP customer, who is also the leading industry player in EMEA market. So thanks for the great support for our customers. So our Queclink is becoming more stronger. Also, this support us to deliver more devices to the market, to our customers. So in 2014, Queclink delivered more than 1 million devices. After 5 years, we found the company. But in 2017, after 3 years, we already delivered more than 5 million devices in total worldwide. After another 2 years, we delivered more than 9 million telematic devices worldwide. So by 2021, Queclink delivered more than 14 million telematics devices worldwide. Even in 2021, with the COVID situation and the shortage of components, Queclink successfully delivered more than 3.5 million devices last year. Okay, so from small company with less than 20 pioneers at the very beginning. Queclink now is becoming a global manufacturer of internet of things hardware, and with more than 500 people worldwide. So Queclink now is a public traded company, and with a market cap more than $1 billion US. So our extensive products covers fleet management, asset monitoring, vehicle recovery, UBI, safety, and livestock. So right now we have 11 branch offices worldwide. So we have the office in Croatia, in Lithuania, in Serbia, in Denmark, in Hong Kong, in Canada, in US, in Mexico, and in Brazil. So with our local support team, Queclink provides highly responsive 24/7 technical support and sales support. And also with our support team, we are serving over 3,800 customers in 140 countries. EMEA market is one of the most important market for Queclink. So in total, 14 million devices we deliver worldwide. About 1/3 out of them are delivered to EMEA market. So Queclink pay high attention to the EMEA market, and we dedicate one of our R&D center for this market to develop the devices to support the more solutions. And one of the main products is the Cat 1 products line. So why we choose Cat 1? So according to the research, in more than 30 countries in Europe, more than 20 countries already phase out the 2G or 3G, or have the plan to phase out the 2G and 3G network before 2025. Compared to the Cat M1 and NB-LT network, the Cat 1 support better global roaming and coverage. And deployment for the network is more economical because it uses the same sales station as the Cat 4 network. The bandwidth and the data throughput for the Cat 1 is good enough for to cover the IoT solutions. And compared to the Cat 4 network, the devices and the power consumption is much lower, and the component supply chain is much more reliable. So above all, Queclink decide and already developed our Cat 1 product line to cover the fleet telematics solutions. So next, welcome our colleague Manu and Marianne to give us the introduction for our Cat 1 products.
Thank you very much, Sam. And thank you everyone for joining our webinar. Sam introduced me already on the beginning of the session, but yeah, as he mentioned, I'm a sales manager for Europe, and I'm based in Lithuania. And this is also part of the company's strategy about approaching the European market from Europe, together with Marian and his team that take care of all the technical support from the Croatia office. We're every time trying to be closer and closer to our partners. So yeah, as I mentioned, now that we're facing this imminent migration from the 2G connectivity that is still mainly used in Europe to LTE, and now especially with the Cat 1 devices, our R&D center that is now dedicated to developing and especially creating new products for the European market and the Middle East, we came up with this portfolio. We've been working a lot in the last few months, listening to the feedback of our partners, and we decided to launch several devices at once. Because as you might know, or if you don't know, we usually do not try to attack all solutions with one product, but really design specific products for each application or different segments within the IoT and telematics industry. So as you will see, we will present to you 4 specific products that we're launching now, from our basic range to our flagship devices. So here you can see the 4 products we're releasing now. Starting with the GB58CU, which is the new generation of our GB56 product. So this a cost-effective yet very versatile product. So we call it basic, but the truth is that it supports many functionalities. It has already like multiple interfaces, and it has a compact size. So but yeah, in general it's thought more for simple applications for general fleet management. Then we have the advanced applications with the GB305CU, which is the new generation of our bestseller GB300 series, with much more inputs and outputs. Then we have the GB350CU for more advanced applications with the canvas reading and some of the advanced features. And finally, we will later see with more detail our new flagship product that we'll release. That is the GB355CU. Which will support already highly advanced solutions like the remote tachograph download. There are certain features that are supported by default in all of our new products. And we're trying to standardize more our portfolio. So for example, all of our new Cat 1 products will support BLE and one wire. Plus, we're also working on the background, taking into account the feedback that we received from the partners about the protocol. So we're also working on using standardized same protocol for all basic features on our new products. So the integration process becomes much easier, and that at least all the basic part, it's the same for all products. And if you need to use more advanced solutions, of course, you can later integrate more things. So now we'll go deeper with more detail into the first product, which is our GB58CU that, as I mentioned, we consider it as our cost-effective mini vehicle tracker working on the Cat 1 network. So this product, the main highlights is that it's very compact. It is going to be very price competitive, because we understand that even when it's understandable that the cost of the LTE devices it's higher, we want to still be competitive when companies make the migration from 2G to LTE, because sometimes the end users don't really understand why the products become more expensive because of the connectivity, right? So this is going to be the most competitive in terms of pricing, and also because of the size and the ease to install. It's widely used in some applications for light vehicles, for example, like automobile finance, car leasing, stolen vehicle recovery, some insurance projects. This type of applications have been particularly good for this type of products on our side. And so also that's why we have developed very deeply on this product some features related to the crash detection, accident reconstruction, or driver behavior. here we see the SVR combo feature. So as I mentioned, since it's very popular in areas like stolen vehicle recovery, we can, for example, pair this device together with one of our battery-powered asset trackers. So the secondary tracker works as a ghost device that will only wake up if it notices that there's something wrong with this unit. So we can later in another occasion present with more detail the SVR combo feature that we have released already a few years ago, and that it has been very well received in market for the security solutions. This type of products, or at least starting from the 2G version of this product, the GB56, we have also approached some European projects related to the electronic toll collection, the e-toll compliance that is related to European Union regulations. So, for example, last year we approached one project in Poland for the new e-toll laws. So we have certain firmware features that are adjusted for this, and we mentioned this part because usually companies required an easy device for mass deployments, and that it's cost effective, and this type of projects and regulations become more popular within all of the European Union. So eventually will become a standard. So as I mentioned, even being a basic device, this product already supports 2 digital inputs. It has one configurable input that it can be dedicated as an analog input or a digital input. It has 2 digital outputs and the one wire plus the BLE connectivity. So as you see, still it supports multiple interfaces. So the device is flexible enough to have accessories and all the basic general fleet management features, even including some accessories. On the next slide, we can see just an example of some things we could already have with this product. So for example, like temperature and humidity monitoring, either through one wire or BLE. If we would require additional interfaces, we could connect an IO expander. We have a BLE IO expander that provides additional inputs and outputs. And even if we offer to a customer a basic solution, and later the same client requires, for example, something more advanced like CAN bus data, we can connect a CAN bus adapter. Now we also have a BLE external CAN bus reader that we can use together with this product. And of course, like through CAN bus, we can have the fuel monitoring, or we can also use BLE fuel sensors together with the product. We have integrated some other BLE accessories to this product, like angle and axle load sensors, and we have some more general features supported, like driver identification, also through one wire or BLE, and some general functionalities on the basic side, like the ignition detection or sensing some doors status through sensors. So as you can see, basic device that it's versatile and still can support multiple functionalities and accessories through the interfaces, or especially now with the BLE. Now, after this product, we move forward to the next generation. This product, the GB305 CEU, is a evolution of our bestseller GB300 series. As if you're familiar with our portfolio, the GB300 series has been one of our most successful products on the really for the fleet management part, because it supports multiple interfaces. So it was one of the most popular products when someone needs to install many accessories or requires many interfaces. So as you can see, here we have up to 14 inputs and outputs, and already including some more advanced interfaces like RS-220 ports, RS-45, plus of course the BLE. As you can see, this product already has a much more advanced interfaces. It has a 22-pin harness where we have 5 digital inputs, 3 analog inputs, 6 digital outputs. We heard the feedback from our customers that a lot of times we're mentioning that they require more outputs. We heard many times, for example, for light vehicle applications related to car finance or to car sharing, this type of applications for cars, customers would require much more outputs than the ones we were offering before. So now we have 6 digital outputs on this product, plus 1 RS-232 serial port and 1 RS-485 serial port, which can actually be switched to a secondary RS-232. And we also have the 1 wire. I mean, in terms of accessories or peripherals, we can support. We can have pretty much all the ones that we support on the GB58 CU. On the next slide, we have just some examples, which is very similar, of course, especially with the BLE, the integrations we make in one product. Eventually, we transfer to the other ones. So yeah, here everything related to temperature and humidity, fuel level monitoring, driver behavior, driver identification will be supported through all the multiple interfaces. Here, for example, we're also mentioning the TPMS, the tire pressure monitoring system, which also it's a new feature we're offering directly, because now we have 2 accessories for TPMS, and that are more focused on light vehicles. And we have 2 versions: the one that is connected internally, and another one that is external. And the first integration we made was with this particular product, mainly because of the applications or the products that the companies using the GB300 were using before, and the feedback they gave us. So as you can see, this device is already more suitable for much more complex projects where we require to use many accessories or many interfaces simultaneously. Then, if we have more advanced solutions, Marian will present to us the next 2 products on the range. And just a quick reminder, if you have some questions, please, you can write them on the chat or the Q&A section that is below. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Manuel. Can you just let me know if you can hear me, just to make sure everything's working?
Yes, we
Manuel,
can hear you.
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay. Look, thank you very much for the introduction. Sam, thank you for the introduction before as well. Some of you may know me, some of you may not yet, but I'm certainly looking forward to being introduced to you either over this or in person at one point. Okay, just before I go into the details of this product that we've got above, I would just like to remind you that this is one of our webinars that we're hosting for the Cat 1 products. If you can, please check LinkedIn and all the other forums. We will let you know about the future webinars that we're going to be doing, because as always, Queclink is continuously introducing new products into the range. And it's very, very difficult to fit everything into one webinar. So this one is specifically done around these CEU devices that we're launching. But yeah, please stay tuned, because there will be other webinars coming up soon as well. Okay, so in regards to the GB350 CEU, some of you may have heard of this product already. I've got to mention that we're actually doing the first shipment of quite a large number of these devices into the field this month, which is a very, very good achievement. The device itself is a Cat 1 device, as Manuel said before. Now, these Cat 1 devices, we believe in the European region and also some other regions, will be quite a big step forward being considerably different to the MG series products, which support Cat M1 and NB-IoT networks. So this device is based on the Cat 1 network, which so far has proven to be the right solution for the European market. Now, for this particular device, and as Manuel said before, they're all based around the 22-pin interface. These 22-pin interfaces basically allow for more inputs, outputs, or other ports as required. So what we've done is the GB305, the GB350, and the GB355 CEU, which is the next one that I'll show you after this, all support the same 22-pin interface. Obviously, some of them being reduced in the number of inputs and outputs to support additional features. So in the GB350 CEU support, we have J1939 and J1708. And then the CAN bus support for light commercial vehicles. So the database is stored inside the device. There is no need for an additional accessory for CAN bus. This device can be used on light vehicles and heavy duty vehicles at the same time. It supports DTC because it's got 2 CAN bus ports. So we've found on light vehicles that one of the CAN bus ports is normally used for receiving all of the standard parameters such as fuel, odometer, and so on. But in some vehicles, the DTC codes are unable to be read from there. So therefore, we needed to introduce a second CAN port, which we've done on the GB350 CEU. This alone makes it a very, very powerful device. On top of that, we've kept in line with the multiple IOs. So we've got 4 digital inputs, 3 analog inputs, and 5 digital outputs on this device. So you can connect things like door and so on. In case you're unable to get some of the CAN bus data from the CAN directly, then you can use some of these IOs to expand the device in its portfolio. Additionally, we have 1 RS-232 serial port. This serial port allows for integration with other accessories, such as RFID or anything like that. We know that RS-232 has been around for quite some time. So on top of the RS-232, we have added support for BLE in all of these CEU products. And towards a little bit after the product that I introduced, I will also show you the BLE accessories that we've got and what they can offer in terms of connectivity to these devices. One-wire support on this device as well, because some of the sensors are based around the one-wire interface. We know that most of the customers that we had with the GB300, as Manuel mentioned, the most successful product, the one wire was quite commonly used for fuel sensing with external fuel sensors. So this device was based around the European market. Please have a look at the certificates because we've done a lot of work to make sure this device is certified in all the markets that we've got. So it's got the CE certification, the E mark, FCC, WEEE, ROHS, as well as REACH and RCM certificates. So all of these certificates have already been issued for this device, which is a very important achievement as well. And going in line with, as I mentioned, the first shipments already being sent to customers. Okay, so let's go to the next point, which is just the functionality of this device. So it's important to note, and as Manuel said before, that these CEU devices, and this just basically shows that we are listening to the customers. Everybody was asking around a protocol that would be able to match devices of different types, so that you could integrate one device and the other devices could just be attached onto that integration. Now, the GB58 CEU, the GB305, 350 and 355 CEU all support the same base protocol. So saying that you could basically attach any one of these devices onto the same integration for one device. Obviously, some of the functionality can't be integrated, such as on the GB350 CEU, the CAN bus support. So the CAN bus support is a specific message that's sent from the device. And if you have a GB58 CEU without the CAN bus accessory, then obviously you won't be able to receive this data. So the devices have their own functionality, but the protocol is based around the same concept. Okay, this is still using the ATTRACT protocol, which some of you are familiar with. Now, the temperature humidity monitoring, obviously done through an external accessory. We'll be showing you that a little bit later. We can also use an I/O expander. So as I mentioned, we've used some of the CAN bus ports to allow for CAN bus connectivity on this device. And for that, we needed to get rid of some of the IOs that are available on the GB305 CEU. So if you do need some additional IOs, you can use the IO expander through BLE on this device. The tire pressure measurement or tire pressure monitoring system, the TPMS. The TPMS, we do have two accessories, as Manuel mentioned before. We've got the internal sensors and the external sensors. If you do need any information about these, I'll show it to you later, but you can also get in touch with the sales team without any problems. So CAN bus data reading, obviously, as I mentioned before, J1939, J1708, and light vehicle support. Then we have the fuel level monitoring, also can be done through CAN bus or external accessories. The driver behavior monitoring, all of these devices that we've got in the CEU range, they include an accelerometer. The accelerometer is then used for driver behavior monitoring, so you can actually see if the vehicle is being used inappropriately. On top of that, we have the driver ID. Now, the driver ID is a very interesting topic because previously we could only do it through RS-232 or one wire. Right now we support those, but we also support driver ID through BLE. And also there's going to be a new interesting concept that's going to be done through mobile phones, which you will get to know about later. But driver ID is something that we see becoming more and more popular. So we need to advance our solution to be able to integrate many of these, different ways to include driver ID on our product. Okay, now let's go to the GB355 CEU. Which again is an advancement of the GB305 and the GB350 CEU, still using the 22-pin interface. The additional support on this device is the K-line support. So we do have an additional CAN line on top of the two CAN bus ports that we've already got. We believe this is very, very important because of tachograph interface or tachograph data download. We've heard from a lot of customers that this is very important in the industry. We understand that. We also understand that there is some third-party integration that you will need to do through on the platform to be able to download the data. But on the hardware side, we support all of the data download features and functionality that was required by the device. Okay. Also, some of the platform providers already support the software support for tachograph data download. So you can just piggyback onto another system if you wish not to do the integration yourself. On top of this K-line support and the two additional CAN buses, one important difference from the GB350 CEU and this GB355 CEU is also the additional RS-485 serial port. RS-485, another industry standard. We understand that, for example, a GB300 did not support it. And we also understand that on RS-485, you can attach more than one accessory onto the same port, identified through different IDs. So we've added the RS485 support onto this advancement, the GB355 CU product. Still working on the Cat1 technology, and in terms of certifications, we've added the CE, the E mark, and the FCC for this device. Any other additional information on this very powerful device, please feel free to get in touch with us or ask in the QA section. So I'll go on to some of the functionality for the GB355 CEU. Okay, so we've got the temperature humidity monitoring again through an external accessory. The IO expander, as I said, now with the additional K-line support and RS485, we've again had to reduce the number of IOs that we've got available on the device itself, on the 22-pin plug. So if you do need any other IOs, you can do them through a BLE IO expander. On top of that, the device also supports the tire pressure monitoring system, internal, external. It has already integrated the functionality for remote tachograph data download. Then the driver ID through BLE tags, RS232 tags, one-wire tags, as you wish. Driver behavior monitoring through the integrated accelerometer built into the device. Important to note also, I forgot to mention it before, but the GB350 CEU already supports the gyroscope. So on top of the standard 3 axes, we've now got 9 axes available on the device. So you're able to do a lot more in terms of the functionality from the accelerometer itself. That's used for driver behavior monitoring, and then the fuel level monitoring system through RS485, which we know is quite popular, through one wire or RS232. Okay, now from here, let's go on to some of the Queclink supported accessories, or the Queclink provided accessories, I should say. So on the previous 2 devices that I've introduced, I said temperature and humidity monitoring. Now the first sensor that we've got on this list is the wireless temperature and humidity sensor working through BLE. Now this sensor has its own internal battery. So basically you can attach it to other objects in close proximity. This device obviously has the only limitation being the BLE range. Okay, the BLE range you have to have a look at. Well, we all understand that the BLE is good. BLE 5.0 is used on these devices, so we do have advanced range in comparison to the 4.2 BLE that was supported before. However, I believe around 10 meters is an acceptable range for the BLE sensors. Some people will say 100 meters, as you wish, depending on where the device is installed and the obstruction of the device and the wireless sensor. On top of that, we've got the wireless key fob. Now, this wireless key fob is one of the devices that I've mentioned before that can be used as obviously an SOS alert, so it's got a button on it. But also because it's a BLE sensor, it has its own individual address, and this individual address can be used for driver identification. So you can do driver identification based on this BLE key fob, as well as obviously using the other sensors. Important to know that these Queclink accessories are divided into some sensors with BLE, some of them with RS232, and some of them with one wire. But I'll explain that as I go through. The BLE beacon that I've got listed on here is also a very, very new accessory that Queclink supports. We've recently been in contact with quite a few customers requiring tagging of important assets that need to be in close proximity of a vehicle or in close proximity of another device. Now, this BLE beacon is exactly that. It's a tag that can be put onto some device, like for example, a drill or something like that, that needs to be in the close proximity of a vehicle. When it goes out of a range, the vehicle will alert. For the integration, we've added support for 200 of these BLE beacons that can be added onto one device. So we can scan around the device for 200 beacons, and we can report to say which ones are in range and which ones have gone out of range. Okay. Wireless relay is the next accessory. This is different to the IO expander. This wireless relay actually has the relay portion inside. So as you would know with the traditional outputs on a device, we've got a range, or we've got a limitation of 100 milliampere that we can draw from that output. Now, with this wireless relay, you don't need to use an external relay on the output. You can just use the wireless relay, which connects to the device through BLE and already has a built-in relay switch. And I believe the relay can support up to 30 amps on 12 volts. Okay. On top of that, the BLE door sensor to let you know when the door is open or closed. Then the BLE internal and external tire pressure monitoring systems, which I've mentioned as supported on these 300 CU devices. The wireless BLE IO expander, in case you're not happy with the amount of IOs that we've got available. Then the RFID card reader kit that works on RS-232 can be attached to the GB350 and the GB355 CEU. The iButton kit, supports one wire. So you connect through the one wire interface on the device. Then we've got the contactless CAN bus connector, the Queclink. This is quite an important accessory if you wish not to damage the CAN wires on a vehicle. So peeling the skin off the wire so you can get to it. We've found that we've got very, very good results using the contactless CAN bus connector. So if you do need this, please get in touch with the sales team. Important to note that we've also got two different versions of this CAN bus connector, working on 12 volts or 5 volts. And then additional to that, very important for the GB58 and the GB305 CEU, we've got the BLE CAN bus and J1708 adapter. So in case you need support on a basic device that doesn't have CAN bus support already, we suggest you using this CAN bus accessory. Important thing to note as well is that when you're using an accessory, obviously the cost goes up. The integration of the GB350 and the GB355 CEU allows for the BLE or the CAN bus portion to be installed on the device, which reduces the cost in terms of not having to install another accessory onto the device. So that's just to explain to you why we've actually decided to launch this many products with different expansions for CAN bus, RS485, and so on. Okay, these are the Queclink. Yes.
Sorry, just to add something, because I saw some questions related to this CAN bus reading on the chat. Some people was asking which type of vehicles we support with the CAN bus reading. So I guess just we will clarify right now using the chance we're speaking about it. Both our CAN bus adapter and the CAN bus reading we have on the GB350 CEU and the 355 CEU supports all types of vehicles. So we can read information from light vehicles like cars, vans, and all types of light commercial vehicles. We support also the heavy commercial vehicles like trucks, and even some specialized machinery, like for example some tractors, construction machinery, and or agricultural machinery, this type of vehicles. So we don't separate different types of canvas reading on different products. So on the ones that we support all types of vehicles in one device. So just for the guys that were asking on the chat, I think it's important to clarify that because it's a universal canvas reading.
Thank you for that, Manuel. Just a slight clarification. When Manuel says all, we do have a supported vehicle list and also the installation manuals for each vehicle, because this is CAN bus. This is not OBD. It's important to notice the difference in between those and the way that these devices are connected. If you do need the vehicle support list because you're unsure, please ask the sales team or the technical team. We've got an office in Croatia, as mentioned before. Please ask us. We will be more than happy to send you the supported list. And it's important to note that this supported list means that all of these vehicles have been successfully tested, and we will tell you exactly which parameters you will be able to get from this device. So yeah, although we do say all, it's very important to be specific, and that's why we've actually created this support list. So if you do need it, please get in touch with the sales team or the technical team. Okay, next slide, please. Yes, okay, so Queclink accessories we do have, but we've also got third-party accessories because some of our customers were asking about, for example, the integration with the ELE sensors. We've integrated some of these ELA sensors onto the BLE of our devices. If you do need this, yes, you can use them. As I mentioned before, we've also got our own sensors for similar purposes. But if you already have some ELA stock or you wish to continue using ELA, that's not a problem as well. On top of that, we've got the Escort sensors. So some of you may know them from the fuel sensor because they're very, very good in that. So now they've also got the tilt angle sensor, which is integrated onto the device. Additionally, Technoton sensors and mechatronic sensors are integrated onto the devices. If there is some sensor that's not integrated for the purpose that you need, please let us know. We do have them integrated, but for example, the GB355 CEU, I know it doesn't have the same integration as the GB350 CEU. So, but it's just a matter of porting that on. So if you do need it, please let us know. Okay, and I believe that brings me to the end of my presentation. I hope I wasn't speaking too fast. But in summary, I'll just basically tell you that, as you already know, Queclink provides a one-stop shop for all scales, as we've shown with the product introduced earlier. The basic functions, as I said, are supported with the standard protocol. Any other additional features can be integrated using the technical support team. And then we've got the QMS and the QPAC support, which if you're not familiar with, please get in touch with the sales or technical team. So the QMS is basically our device management system where you can manage devices and do thousands of devices updating of firmware or configuration. And then the QPAC support is a middleware platform that sits on the server that can translate any message from any Queclink device into a familiar JSON format, so you can cut down the integration time considerably. Okay, the devices that we've shown in this presentation are already supported with QPAC, so if you do need a quick integration, it might be worthwhile just getting in touch with our team to go over this in detail.
Thank you, everyone, and also thank you guys for joining.